Opening day festivities wrapping up, and we'll be back to get this season started right after this. Glad you're here at Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati, home of the Reds since 2003. Opening day baseball on the show. It's the Boston Red Sox going up against the Cincinnati Reds. John Shambi, Chris Singleton with you. So the Cincinnati Reds looking like a team that could make some noise. It's a strong roster to start the year. Where do you think they stack up among the league's best?
Oh, Boog, they're definitely contenders, no doubt about that. Plenty of talent on this roster. Maybe not a juggernaut, but a good team. And I think they might need to patch some holes at some point, though.
Yeah, time will tell, of course, but I agree with you. They look like they're set up to play meaningful baseball all the way to game 162, maybe beyond.
And now,
first pitch coming your way next.
Cincinnati Reds.
On the hill for the Reds, Andrew Abbott. Chris, a sub-3 ERA for him a year ago.
Oh, when your numbers are coming in under 3 as a starting pitcher that's going out there every 4th or 5th day, taking the ball, competing against really good big league hitters, it's extremely impressive. And you wonder what he figured out last year that he can carry into this season that can help him to maintain that number or even drop it lower. We'll see, but we know he's got good stuff, and he should be really good in this one today.
The flip, safe at second, and he gets back in.
Got it. Batting third, the first baseman, Wilson Contreras.
So 2 down.
Batting
stepping in is the switch hitting shortstop, Ellie De La Cruz.
He's looking pretty sharp to start the ball game. He's got that good fastball working early.
Swings and misses. 0-2 now.
Well, pretty clear to me. He was trying to go deep right there, but you got to get a pitch that you can handle.
And that's ruled a swing. It's a strikeout. Reds leave one, still behind by a count of 1-0. And with 2 down, the Red Sox.
The left fielder.
The early lead. Now batting Jarren Duran. On the ground, out to short. Gets it to first. Inning over. 1 left for the Red Sox. They lead it 1-0. Bottom 4. So now here's the Reds cleanup hitter, Ellie De La Cruz.
De La Cruz.
Late that time, and it's strike 2.
Another 0-2 count right here. Pitcher just in the driver's seat. He can go anywhere he wants to go right here.
And he couldn't hold back. He's rung up on strikes. 1 out. Runner at second. Now batting Tristan Casas. Man at second. This ball's chopped to the ground. They put the tag on him, and that's out number 2.
Up next for the Red Sox, the third baseman, number 5, Taylor.
Here's the shortstop at the plate, Ellie De La Cruz, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. He swings and misses at the first pitch, 0-1.
This guy's sink has so much drop in it. It's almost like a split finger fastball. Instead of just weak contact and balls on the ground, he gets swings and misses.
Two down, nobody on. Strike 3, went back to the sweeper and got the strikeout. Make it 6 shutout innings for him out there now. Major League Baseball is on the show. Back here in Cincinnati, bottom 9, Ellie De La Cruz getting ready to hit. Check swing, and he went. And that is strike 1.
So important to get ahead of these hitters. You don't want to issue a free pass and allow that tying run to come to the plate. Always want to keep that other team in a position where if they're going to beat you, they're going to have to do it with multiple hits.
Struck him out swinging. A huge out. Big spot here, bottom of the 9th. Down to their final out. Spencer Steer, the next to hit for the Reds. This could end it. Out to short. Lays out. Oh, it's off his glove. He decides to hold on to it, and that loads the bases.
1 out away from this game being over.
So bases all loaded up. Matt McClain now at the plate. 1 strike away. That one to first. Contreras steps on the bag himself. Ball game.
Well, his first save of the season is in the books, and that was a nice job of him coming in the game and closing it out. He's off and running now.
2-0 your final here in this one. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi saying so long. From Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati, Ohio, MLB The Show has interleague action for you this afternoon. It's the Boston Red Sox going up against the Cincinnati Reds. With my partner, Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. Well, Singy, all eyes on him today after his incredible performance in the last one.
Yeah, Boog, that was one of the best hitting displays I've seen in a while. My man was in the zone. If he's able to carry that momentum over to today, we're in for a show on MLB The Show.
First pitch coming at you right after the break. And on the hill today, Brady Singer. Chris, what are you looking for from him?
Boog, this guy usually turns in a very good outing. His teammates really enjoy when he's on the mound. Everyone seems to be loose, which can help the offense be a bit more dangerous. So if you look at the opposing lineup, they're hoping he doesn't just settle in. They want to make this an uncomfortable start from the beginning.
Ellie De La Cruz stands in here. Tried to hold back his swing there, but went around. Check swing, but he went too far. And the count is 0-2. Stevenson off of first with 2 away. That's a strikeout. Woody Keller says he won a round. Back here in Cincinnati, so stepping in for Boston, Jarren Duran. On the ground to short, De La Cruz. Off target on the throw to first. I still think it might be scored an infield single.
Roman Anthony.
1 out, runner at second. Ellie De La Cruz, the next to hit for the Reds.
3-pitch strikeout last time up. Got to put up more of a fight in this one.
1 out, the runner at second here in the second game of the series. Check swing, but he went too far. That is strike two. See ya! Strikes him out for the second time today.
Oh, this guy's been pretty much a non-factor so far this weekend. Very little in the way of impactful at-bats and quality at-bats, and let alone contact. That's the sixth time they've set him down on strikes in the series, so no doubt.
And he gets by him. Here comes Stevenson around third. And now they trail by one.
When you go 0 for 5, 0 for 7, 0 for 8, it seems like an eternity, especially to start the season, because that's the one thing. Players want to get that first one out of the way so that they feel like, all right, I'm going to avoid this prolonged over to start the season and get into a slump.
So, runner at second, 2 down. Noel V. Marte, the next to hit. Man at second. Runner takes off. Swing, and he popped it up. Story settles under it. And that will end the inning. Ellie De La Cruz up here now. The power, the speed. He certainly could remind you of a number of players. Well, he was given number 44 by Reds clubhouse man Rick Stowe because he reminded him of Eric Davis. Misses the zone, and he gets him to chase.
Well, pretty clear to me. He's trying to go deep right there, but you got to get a pitch that you can handle.
That one to first.
Come on!
Contreras steps on the bag, and there's 2 away.
Good slider inside right there.
So 2 down, and now the first baseman, Spencer Steer. Into center. And he'll put it away. Ball game. And the Red Sox take the first 2 games of this series on the road.
Well, when you win by 9 runs, you have plenty of insurance runs. It's a huge confidence boost when you can just put that many runs up on the board. And I'll tell you what, the next game starter is saying, hey, I hope you all save some runs for me. I want to get a win as well.
Here in Cincinnati, Great American Ballpark, in a city steeped in baseball history. Today, the finale of this 3-game weekend set. It's the Boston Red Sox going up against the Cincinnati Reds. Alongside Chris Singleton, I'm John Shelby. Well, CB, as we come into this one, it's all about the sweep.
Yeah, and anytime there's a chance for the Bruins to come out, the pressure is definitely on. We'll see if they can find a way to salvage at least one in this series.
First pitch coming your way next. And going for the Reds in this one, Chase Burns. What should we keep an eye on here?
Well, I'm interested to see how he utilizes his sinker to this lineup, Boone. You know, it's not necessarily his go-to primary pitch, but he does mix it in when he needs it. He's just got to make sure that it's not flat. Otherwise, it's going to get hit hard. So look for him to throw it up there when he needs a big double play, a ground ball, something like that to get out of an inning, change it up for a hitter. Also, get those hitters looking down so that it opens up the top of the strike zone, especially late in an at-bat.
Swing and a high fly ball left field. Durant takes it in for the out. Out. number 2.
Batting third, the third baseman, Eugenio.
One out man at first. Marcelo Meyer up next for the Red Sox. Double play ball to second. There's one, but no throw to first as he'll hold on to it.
Good sinker low in the zone right there and produced exactly what he was looking for. Ball on the ground, nice ground out.
De La Cruz swings through that one as he comes to the plate for the second time today. And he hits a ground ball right side. Contreras steps on the bag. One gone, bottom of the third inning. Man at first, nobody out. In now for the Reds, Elly De La Cruz. Popped up, foul territory behind the plate. And there's one down.
Bill, that was a pitch you got to crush. Unbelievable that he missed it right there. And I'm telling you, he is going to be frustrated with himself until his next at bat.
This one in the air, center field. Anthony takes it in for the out. And there's 2 down. Back to the top of the order now. So stepping in for Boston, Jarren Duran. Pagan is just 1 strike away. This one in the air, center field. And he makes the catch. Ball game, and the Reds collect their first win of the season.
Congrats to him on that first MLB win. I know he's been antsy waiting for it to come. It took a while, but now he can focus on win number 2 and beyond.
From Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati, Ohio, MLB The Show has action out of the NL Central. It's the Pittsburgh Pirates going up against the Cincinnati Reds. And getting the start for Cincinnati, Nick Lodolo. What do you got on him, Chris?
Well, I'm interested to see how he utilizes his sinker to this lineup, Boog. You know, it's not necessarily his go-to primary pitch, but he does mix it in when he needs it. He's just got to make sure that it's not flat. Otherwise, it's going to get hit hard. So look for him to throw it up there when he needs a big double play, a ground ball, something like that to get out of an inning, change it up for a hitter. Also, get those hitters looking down so that it opens up the top of the strike zone, especially late in an at-bat.
Swing and a miss as he was late that time.
Sold it really well with the arm speed. Swung underneath it, so a changeup that stayed a little bit more on plane than what he was anticipating.
Got him swinging.
Definitely made him chase a little bit out of the zone right there. I don't think that's a strike if he takes it. Pretty textbook pitching. Get ahead in the count, get the guy in the box on his heels, and then force him to chase your pitch where he doesn't have much of a chance to do any damage.
De La Cruz at the plate with 2 away, swings through that one. Swing and a miss at 100 miles an hour. Strikes him out with 102. Elly De La Cruz, the next to hit for the Reds. Was 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. Fouled off. He was late. Man at second. Swings and misses. No balls, 2 strikes. And he couldn't hold back. He's rung up on strikes. We're through 5. It's the Reds 2 and the Pirates nothing. It's an NL Central showdown right here on MLB. Back here at Great American Ballpark, here's the Pirates catcher now, Joey Bart. Hit on the ground to short. De La Cruz. High throw to first, and he can't reach it. And this ball's going to wind up out of play. Big at bat coming up with Elly De La Cruz stepping in. 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. Right back to the mound. Could be an easy 2. The throw to second is offline. He beats the throw, and everyone's safe. The bases are loaded. Bases loaded, nobody out. And Eugenio Suarez up to hit down. Ground ball could be 2. Over to Lau. And a run scores on the double play.
It's always great when you can add a run, but in this situation with the bases loaded, double play is kind of a rally play.
So 2 down. So next to the plate for Pittsburgh, Spencer Horwitz. The Pirates down to their final strike. Got it! And that's the ball game.
Well, this turned out to be an exciting, very well-played game. Always feels great when you can take the lead in the 8th at home. Come out in the 9th, crowd will be behind that pitcher as he tries to get those final 3 outs. Everybody goes home happy with a win like this.
3-2 the final score. They hang on to win it by a run for Chris Singleton and our entire here in Cincinnati, Great American Ballpark, in a city steeped in baseball history. The show brings you a matchup of division rivals. It's the Pittsburgh Pirates going up against the Cincinnati Reds. On the mound for the Reds, Brandon Williamson.
With the height, the release point creates a lot of tilt on his pitches. So coming into the zone, really hard for the hitters to get on plane. Makes it very difficult for the hitters to guess.
Elly De La Cruz, the next to hit for the Reds.
Man, 91 on the slider right there. That's a hard one. That's a low-end fastball for some pitchers.
Friedel aboard here at first with nobody out.
Clearly he didn't come out of his hand the right way. Left that curveball way up.
On the ground to second, might be 2. On to Gonzalez for 1. Over to first, safe.
That is third. The third baseman.
1 down. Eugenio Suarez up to the plate now. Elly on the move. Makes the catch for the second out. Throw behind the runner, and they've got him doubled off. Back here in Cincinnati. In now for the Reds, Elly De La Cruz. Ashcraft back to work. Swing and a miss. There's the slider. 0-1. Right side, Lau. Leadoff man retired here in the 3rd. 1 down. Elly De La Cruz getting ready to hit. swing and a liner foul off to the right. The 0-2.
My dick,
Line
go
drive. Took the extra bases. Around first, heading for two. And that's a two-bagger.
He was all over that one. Pretty much a model swing on that one as he ripped it into the opposite field gap. And I'm sure he's going to be watching that one back on video because that's the kind of swing you want to bottle. So many positives that led to that knock.
One out, runner at second. Now the third baseman, Eugenio Suarez. Here's the pitch. Runner breaks for third.
You're down. You're down.
Strike three. Save. De La Cruz gets his first steal of the game. Now the Reds cleanup hitter, Noelvi Marte. Here's 0-1. Ground ball left side. On to O'Hearn. Inning over, although plenty of damage. Ellie De La Cruz, the next to hit for the Reds. 1 for 3. And a big swing and a miss. Plenty of offense in this one, Singy. I guess you'd say kind of what we expected, though.
Well, this was a game, looking at the pitching matchup, where you expected offense to score, and not as lopsided as this. But, yeah, you definitely expected to see some offense coming up.
Man at second. And that's ruled a swing. It's a strikeout.
Oh, it's a pretty nasty curveball right there, and the hitter didn't look comfortable at all. Clearly fooled. Tried to check his swing and went around, but could have been called a third strike anyhow. That's how dirty it was. Nice pitch for the punch-out.
De La Cruz goes after that one for strike one. Yeah, big swing and a miss. Close, but called a ball. Ball one. First and second, 2 down. Here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. Reds strand a couple. Lau at the plate.
Batter number 5, second baseman, Brandon Lau.
Mole is just 1 strike away. Bounce to the right. McClain. Throw to first. Ball game. And the Reds take the first 2 games of this series.
Well, we saw complete domination in this one. The offense exploded for a blowout, and then the pitching staff nails. Locked down the opponent. This team did everything right today.
Glad you're here at Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati, home of the Reds since 2003. MLB The Show has action out of the NL Central. It's the Pittsburgh Pirates going up against the Cincinnati Reds. Joined by my partner, Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. Okay, Singy, he's got some extra swagger today after that monster performance in the last game. So much confidence in that swing.
No doubt about it, Boog. He did everything but drive the team bus back to the hotel. Looking forward to seeing if he can ride that wave into this one.
All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. And today's starting pitcher, Andrew Abbott. What do you look for here?
Boog, this guy usually turns in a very good outing. His teammates really enjoy when he's on the mound. Everyone seems to be loose, which can help the offense be a bit more dangerous.
Runner takes off. That's in for a strike. Throw, save. That's a stolen base.
Well, we all know this team is struggling right now, and sometimes you just got to do something different to generate some offense. A little more aggressive right there to put the pressure on the opponent. We'll see if it pays off on the scoreboard for this team.
Check swing, and he went. That's strike two. Got him. Larry Bullard rings him up. Ryan O'Hearn comes up to hit. Top of the third, no score.
O'Hearn.
Out to short, De La Cruz. The throw to first. That ends the frame. Home half of the third coming up. No score. So two down. Ellie De La Cruz digs in now. Ripped to third and picked on a hop. On to O'Hearn. Inning over. Back here in Cincinnati, here's the left fielder, Jake Mangum. On the ground, De La Cruz. No play, that's an infield single.
Boog, that's staying within his game right there. I mean, this speedster gets the infield single, and now he's on base to possibly do some damage. I love seeing what guys like this can do to disrupt the game once they get in a position to do so.
Two down, nobody on. And a big swing and a miss.
This guy's not wasting any pitches. Hitters got to get into swing mode. This is a good time to expand the zone. Throw something maybe down in the dirt.
Ellie falls victim to the K. So another good inning for him on the mound. 6 shutout innings now. You're watching. Back here at Great American Ballpark. For the top of the 8th, Jake Mangum getting ready to hit. Here comes the 0-1. That's ripped into the outfield. And that's got extra bases written all over it. In safely with a leadoff double. Go-ahead runs in scoring position.
Well, that's how you respond. Leadoff man comes up, gets into scoring position. Now, there are several ways that they can get this run across.
De La Cruz, the next to hit, takes ball 1. That's in there. Strike 1. Misses the zone, and he gets him to chase. The Pirates trying to close out a 1-run lead, and the home team trying to pull it out. Popped up. Gonzalez in position. Takes it in for the out.
Up next to the Reds, the third baseman,
Eugenio Suarez up to hit down.
Suarez.
Santana looking for his first save of the year. He caught it behind his back. Throw to first, and what a play. Ball game.
Well, Boog, 4 games wasn't too long of a losing streak, but they're definitely happy to be back in the win column. Now you can turn things around, get on the right track, and probably start a winning streak from here.
And your final score here today, 2-1. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. Thanks for joining us. games are wrapping up. This place is rocking. The home opener is coming up next. Baseball from the Lone Star State. Interleague baseball on MLB The Show. It's the Cincinnati Reds and the Texas Rangers. Joined by my partner, Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. The cameras are out for this one, partner. Home openers are unique and always bring a special type of energy to the ballpark.
Today is a celebration. It is the beginning of a new year, and there's no other game like this one on the schedule. It's the first time playing.
And on the mound today, a guy who will give them innings, Nathan Eovaldi. What do we need to know here?
Yeah, Boog, last time out, got into the fourth inning. The key to his success today, he's got to throw first pitch strikes, get ahead in the count. I think that'll get him into position to qualify for a win.
De La Cruz at the plate, speed, strength, and flair that packs a highlight reel.
Yeah, and what I love is he does it all with a ton of personality, Boog. You know, there aren't many players that have more fun playing baseball than this guy right here.
Here's your one. Swing and a miss as he was late.
Don't play situation here. He's been working up in the zone. Typically, you look for guys to get that ground ball. See if he adjusts on this next pitch.
And it's fouled off. They'll do it again.
Flew open a little bit with that front shoulder, but was able to slow his back down just enough to make contact with that pitch. Keep the at-bat alive.
Chase the fastball up the ladder for strike three.
Typically, that high fastball, if it's close to the top of the strike zone, a hitter, if he's prepared for it, can get to it. But that one just had that little jump at the end, which indicates there's a good spin rate on it, and it didn't decrease in velocity as that hitter's internal clock would expect it to, and that's why you see the swing and miss.
To first, but it pulls him off the bag.
Batting sixth, the center fielder, number 32. Evans.
Back here at the ballpark, coming off a tough series offensively, and a look at those numbers.
Inside, ball.
Well, he came right at him right there, challenged him with the 2-0 fastball. Not sure exactly what he was looking for, but got to imagine that's a confidence booster on the mound. You're in that hitter's head a little bit.
Outside low, ball three. And that's with the swing. It's a strikeout.
Up next is Cincinnati.
Here's Josh Young. On the ground to short, De La Cruz. Throw pulls him off the bag, and he's safe. Ready now for the fifth inning. In now for the Reds, Ellie De La Cruz. Eovaldi back to work. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. That's strike one. De La Cruz in his third season, 24 years old, and he was born in the Dominican Republic. Late swing, foul to the left. This one in the air, center field. Carter gets under it. And there's one away.
Up next is Cincinnati, the third baseman.
Go ahead run on base. Evan Carter stepping in for the Rangers.
32, Evan.
One away, tie game. Go ahead run stands at first. Up the middle. Dives, but it's off his glove. Oh no, he threw it home. And of course, everybody's going to be safe.
Oh, just a nice job coming through in a pretty high leverage spot right there. A chance now to take the lead, and at this point in the game, that could be a deciding run.
Here's the shortstop at the plate, Ellie De La Cruz. 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a flyout. Foul ball there. 2 down, nobody on. Here in the top half of inning number 7. Ball. Fights that one away, still 1-2. Battling here as he fouls it away. Ball. Ellie falls victim to the and Josh Young stepping in for the Rangers.
The third baseman, number 6.
And he'll shoot.
Young.
On the ground to the left. Throw to first in time.
Up next for the Rangers. The center.
Here's the third
Up
baseman,
next for the
Josh
Rangers.
Young.
The third
Winning
baseman,
run at
number
first,
6.
nobody out.
Young.
We're in the last half of the 9th inning. That's towards center. Friedel should have this one. Makes the grab. On to extra innings. In now for the Reds, Ellie De La Cruz. That one to first.
Come on, get here, get here, get here, get here.
He'll do it himself. That was a productive play as the go-ahead run moves up to third. Here's Brandon Nimmo. 2 on, 1 out. Back up the, that got him. The throw is still in time, and they come away with an out after a tricky start to the play. Corey Seager to the plate in this high leverage spot.
Seager.
This could end it. And that one is lifted in the air. And he makes the catch. Ball game, and the Reds take game 1 of the series on the road.
Well, this is a big win on the road and going extras into 10. So hard to pull those out, but I think this team did a great job of keeping the crowd out of the ball game late. When you can do that, it kind of calms everything down, keeps the adrenaline of the opposing team down a bit, and you can steal a win and get out of here happy.
4-3 our final score. Baseball from the Lone Star State. Interleague baseball on MLB The Show. It's the Cincinnati Reds and the Texas Rangers. John Shelby with you alongside Chris Singleton. Let's jump right in with a player who's hit a bit of a rough patch lately. It's been an absolute ice-cold streak, Singy.
Yeah, Boog, but today could be his day to break out of it. A few swings, some luck, and maybe he'll get back on track. It's just about finding that rhythm.
First pitch coming your way next. And on the mound for Texas in this one, Mackenzie Gore. What should we keep an eye on here?
Anytime you have 5 pitches to work with on the mound, that repertoire can be a real weapon in terms of keeping hitters off balance, man. It's one of those things that I'm going to be looking for in this one. Does he have a feel for all of those pitches, or is he just able to get 1 or 2 over in the strike zone where he wants? Now, it's tough to do to be able to command all those pitches, but if he can, he is going to be very tough for the opponent today.
Check swing, did he go? Yes, he did. That's strike 2. Gore, 27 years old, a former first-round pick back in 2017. Swing and a miss, struck him out. The high heat, too much. First and second, 2 outs. Ellie De La Cruz, the next to hit for the Reds. High fly ball, right field. Nimmo going back on this one. And that's the 3rd out. Home half of the 3rd coming up. No score. Next for Cincinnati, Ellie De La Cruz.
Well, he's been slumping at the plate and still looking for his first hit today, Boog. Let's see if he can find some green grass out there.
Pop foul out of play off to the right. There's a swing and a miss.
Well, pretty clear to me. He's trying to go deep right there, but you got to get a pitch that you can handle.
Cut on and missed, and it's a strikeout, and that is the inning. Make it 6 shutout innings for him out there now. You're watching Reds baseball on the Show, Ohio. Welcome back. Taking a look at our game summary.
The catcher, Danny Jensen.
Up the middle. Dives, but it kicks off his glove. Oops, he came home with it. And he gets to first safely as a result. So I think I'll just sit here quietly in disbelief. 1 down. Ellie De La Cruz, the next to hit for the Reds. In the air, left side. Langford under it. That's out number 2. So 2 down. Matt McClain digs in now. Swing and a ground ball out to short. Nice grab. Over to first. But he beats it. Nice try defensively. So now it's the 4-hole hitter, Ellie De La Cruz.
Ice cold coming in, and temps have remained the same, Boog. Let's see if there's a warm front coming through.
Gets him to chase after that one. Pitch misses, and that's ball 1. Runner at second, 2 down. Here at the top of the 9th. That one is absolutely belted. That's got a chance. And it bangs off the wall. Here comes Stevenson in to score. And they take a 3-run lead. Pulls into second. That's an RBI double.
Big at bat to pad their lead up to 3. Put a pretty good swing on that one as he drove it out to deep left. Didn't quite have the right combination of launch angle and exit velocity to get it over the fence, but you're never going to be disappointed with extra bases.
So runner at second, 2 down. Noel V. Marte, the next to hit for the Reds. He's trying for third.
Come on, slide.
Save! De La Cruz gets his first steal of the game.
Well, maybe he thought he should have gone for a triple instead of a double and just decided, I'm going to take third this way. Definitely using his legs to his advantage right here.
they put the tag on him to end the inning, and I've got 2 outs, runner at first. Here's McCutcheon.
Designated hitter number 4, Andrew McCutcheon.
Pagan is just 1 strike away. Got him, and that's the ball game.
Well, all game, this team had to battle with that 10th man. Those fans making a lot of noise, but they took the lead in the 9th inning, quieted things down, and were able to get those final 3 outs in the bottom half as well. Just a very well executed ball game.
6-3 our final score. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi saying so long. Live from Arlington, Texas, MLB The Show has interleague action for you this afternoon. It's the Cincinnati Reds and the Texas Rangers. John Shambi alongside Chris Singleton. Well, Singy, as we come into this one, it's all about the sweep.
Yeah, and anytime there's a chance for the Bruins to come out, the pressure is definitely on. We'll see if they can find a way to salvage at least one in this series.
First pitch coming at you right after the break. And on the mound in this one, Jack Leiter. What do we have on him?
Well, I'm interested to see how he utilizes his sinker to this lineup, Boog. You know, it's not necessarily his go-to primary pitch, but he does mix it in when he needs it. He's just got to make sure that it's not flat. Otherwise, it's going to get hit hard. So look for him to throw it up there when he needs a big double play, a ground ball, something like that to get out of an inning, change it up for a hitter. Also, get those hitters looking down so that it opens up the top of the strike zone, especially late in an at-bat.
And that's in for a strike. Now he's challenging the called strike. And the strike call will stand. That knocks them down to 1 challenge left.
Ball 1.
Just starting out here in Arlington. Next
Ball,
pitch off the plate. And the count is even 2-2. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Oh, this guy's been pretty much a non-factor so far this weekend. Very little in the way of impactful at-bats and quality at-bats, and let alone contact. That's the 6th time they've set him down on strikes in the series, so no doubt.
Over to Lowe. Ends the inning after they racked up a bunch of runs. But they take the lead thanks to a 5-run outburst. We head to the 2nd in Arlington. Texas out in front, 5-0. You're watching Reds baseball on The Show, Ohio. And we're back with all eyes on a potential sweep. Keep the brooms in the closet for now, though, Singy.
Well, they say the hardest game to win is the final one, and we can see why, Boog. The desperate team tends to come out swinging, and that's what we've seen today.
Now one missed. Ground ball right side. Leadoff hitter gone in the 3rd.
Up next,
Danny Jansen to hit here. 2 on, 2 outs. Out to short. In the hole. Jump throw. Now he launches a throw over his head. And in comes the runner from second to score. A big mistake there. Now it's the shortstop, Ellie De La Cruz.
Ellie De La Cruz.
Just not able to catch up to that velocity.
Swings through that one.
I guess you throw it that hard, you can get away with locations like that right down the middle. But I still think it's a dangerous pitch. Don't want to do it again.
Got him swinging for the strikeout. And he strikes out the side in the 5th. It's the Rangers 7 and the Reds 2. We go to the 8th. In now for the Reds, Ellie De La Cruz.
De La Cruz.
Well, these Reds need to bring up the quality of their bats and specifically their swings. They're trying to find ways to drive the ball with some authority, but it's just not happening for them so far. 0 extra base hits in the game, so it's been tough for them to get anything going.
Lifted in the air down the left side. And it falls. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Definitely found a perfect spot. Those can be hard sometimes. We talked about in left field. You're kind of anticipating cheating in for a ball. Hit something like that you can rob a little.
Runner takes off on the ground to the left. Base hit. That was smoked through the infield. Can't glove it cleanly. Throws to second.
Well done. Drives in the run. I know that was a ground ball, but it was absolutely hammered through the infield. That's not one you're excited to get in front of if you're an infielder. You know what to say. Charge it. Crazy.
That's ripped into the outfield. And that's got extra bases written all over it. In safely with a leadoff double. Go-ahead runs in scoring position. So digging in, Ellie De La Cruz.
The shortstop, Ellie De La Cruz.
So now it's all about protect mode. Try to shorten up, try to track the ball, block it if you have to, as far as just a late swing that maybe you're not sure about, but some way, somehow, climb back into this at bat through the count.
So runner at second, 2 down. Noel V. Marte will hit next. This could end it. On the ground, Smith. Throw to first in time, and this one is over. The Rangers salvage the finale of this 3-game series.
Well, this turned out to be an exciting, very well-played game. Always feels great when you can take the lead in the 8th at home. Come out in the 9th, the crowd will be behind that pitcher as he tries to get those final 3 outs. Everybody goes home happy with a win like this.
Welcome to Marlins Way, where we find Lone Depot Park. The show brings you game 1 of a huge 4-game weekend set. It's the Cincinnati Reds taking on the Miami Marlins. Alongside Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. Biggest story coming into this one is what he's been able to do at the plate recently. Absolutely on fire, Singy.
Yeah, he's been terrific, Boog. Has really made this a dangerous team. His bat's been lethal of late, and it's opening up a lot of opportunities for his teammates, too.
All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. And on the hill in this one, Chris Paddock. Singy, he was impressive his last time out.
Boogie pitched into the 7th, earned the W in his last start. He really needed that one. Well, this team needs another one today. We'll see if he can carry that performance into this game.
One down. And now the shortstop, Ellie De La Cruz.
De La Cruz.
That one drilled left field. And it one-hops the wall. Throw comes into second. But he's in there easily.
Man, those are the types of hits where you don't feel any vibration in your hands whatsoever. Such a good feeling. Nice job going the opposite way with it, letting the ball travel and not allowing the barrel to hook around the ball. It's so frustrating when you see a good pitch and your hands roll over. It was on the outside part of the plate, and he approached it perfectly.
One out, runner at second. Eugenio Suarez up to hit now. He's trying for third.
Go,
in the air, left field. Base hit. The relay. It's offline. The run comes in. On the board first, it's 1-0.
Mission accomplished there as he picks up the RBI to give him the lead. That's a ball that a lot of times you'll see the shortstop or left fielder be able to get to if it hangs up in the air long enough. But right there, it just died and found a way to drop in on the green stuff for base hit.
Here's the shortstop at the plate. Ellie De La Cruz. A double and a run scored his first time up. Foul ball there.
Some real good life going through the zone on that one.
Close one, doesn't get the call. And that's ball one. Comes up empty. That's strike two. Spoils the two-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Friedel gets his lead at first with nobody out. Stays alive. Center field. And there's one down.
Up next in Cincinnati.
And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one. First and second, 2 outs. Ellie De La Cruz getting ready to hit. 1 for 2. Swing and a miss as he was late that time.
Great velocity at 97 at the top of the zone.
And now 2 balls and a strike.
Could be some action here on this next pitch. Couple runners on. Probably a challenge pitch coming.
Fastball is outside. Base hit into the outfield.
Find the ball.
The throw in. And he's out.
Out on the tag.
Cut down, and that ends the inning.
Well, it's pretty difficult to throw a base runner out at the plate with 2 outs on a base hit to the outfield, but an excellent job of coming up with.
All loaded up. Xavier Edwards gets a chance to hit here. The 1-2. On the ground to the left. De La Cruz. They get the tag on him, and that's the second out. Ellie De La Cruz, the next to hit for the Reds. Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. And a foul ball. 2 down, nobody on. Swing and a miss. And the count is 0-2.
This guy's not wasting any pitches. Hitters got to get into swing mode. This is a good time to expand the zone. Throw something maybe down in the dirt.
Here's a 1-2. That one back up the middle, and it gets through. So the go-ahead run is on base with a knock.
I see you working, big guy.
Having himself a really nice game at the plate. And now let's see if they force some action with good wheels on the bases.
Payoff pitch. Line drive. And that is that. First and second, no outs. Liam Hicks, the next up for the Marlins. 0-1. And he can't come up with it. Lopez around third. And they lead by 2. Runner stops at third, and they're at the quarters with nobody out.
Got the job done to put him up.
So back to the top of the order. Now here is T.J. Friedl. Popped up on the left side of the infield. Lopez gets under it. And he's got it. Ball game. And the Marlins take the series opener here at home.
Listen, when you're down by 5, you know you have an opportunity to get back in the ball game, but you're also going to have to keep that other team from increasing that lead to perhaps 10. They did just that. Both sides of the ball, excellent job to get the win in this one.
From inside Lone Depot Park in Miami, Florida, we've got open-air baseball for you on the show. It's the Cincinnati Reds taking on the Miami Marlins. John Shambi on play-by-play. Chris Singleton providing the color. All right, Singy, let's talk about the man on the mound. He has been lights out lately.
You're not kidding, Boog. I mean, look at these stats. He's got hitters guessing on every pitch. I'm excited to see if he can maintain his dominance in this one.
All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. And our pitcher tonight, Yuri Perez. What should we keep an eye on here?
Anytime you have 5 pitches to work with on the mound, that repertoire can be a real weapon in terms of keeping hitters off balance, man. It's one of those things that I'm going to be looking for in this one. Does he have a feel for all of those pitches, or is he just able to get 1 or 2 over in the strike zone where he wants? Now, it's tough to do to be able to command all those pitches, but if he can, he is going to be very tough for the opponent today.
Ellie De La Cruz, batting with 1 down, takes a strike. De La Cruz, but that one missed, and here comes a challenge. So the call will stand. 1 challenge remaining for them now. 0-1. Perez, the tall righty, 22 years old, and he was born in the Dominican Republic. Here's a 1-1. Drilled in the air, high and deep right field. That one carrying to the warning track, makes the catch. And the batter now, Heriberto Hernandez. The 1-1. To short, could be two, and he can't come up with it. Still able to fire over. The throw won't get there in time. A tough play, and now there are runners at first and second. So 2 down. Next for Cincinnati, Elly De La Cruz. Swing and a pop-up in foul ground. Has room, and he makes the catch. As we go to the last of the third. And now for the Marlins, Jacob Marcy. Ground ball up the middle. And I don't know what's going on there, but he's safe at first. 1 down. Stepping in is the switch hitting shortstop, Elly De La Cruz.
I'm impressed by the number of first pitch strikes. He's not afraid of contact. Some guys, they'll nibble just because they don't want to get hit hard. That's not what we're seeing here.
Swing and a miss as he was late that time. Goes down swinging for the strikeout. That K is his third of the game. Big at bat coming up with Elly De La Cruz stepping in. 0 for 3 in this one.
Sometimes a hitter will go up there and guess, and it's not just pulling something out of the sky, but expecting because of tendencies a certain pitch in a certain location. He just guessed wrong.
Fights it off. He'll see another.
So now it's all about protect mode. Try to shorten up. Try to track the ball. Block it if you have to, as far as just a late swing that maybe you're not sure about.
Got him swinging for the kill. That ends the inning. 2 outs. Runner on first. Connor Norton, the next up for the Marlins. The Marlins down to their final strike. Popped up left side.
You got it, you got it, you got it.
But it's the shortstop that gets there. That's the ball game.
I guess you could say we've got ourselves a series, a split out of these first 2 games. Who knows what's going to happen? Buckle your seatbelt. It should be a fun, wild ride over the next couple of games.
And your final score here today, 2-1. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. We'll see you soon. Here in Miami, Lone Depot Park. MLB The Show with a good one coming at you. It's the Cincinnati Reds taking on the Miami Marlins. With Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. Big storyline of this one is the recent struggles of today's starter. Just hasn't seemed to be able to find his rhythm.
Yeah, Boog, just look at these stats. We've seen his frustration building every time he leaves one up in the zone. Can't overthink it. Needs to just trust his instincts and let it fly out there.
First pitch coming your way next.
Everybody
Now the starting pitcher in this one, Sandy Alcantara. Chris, he's looking for a bounce back this season. De La Cruz steps up. He's the type of player that makes the impossible look easy.
Yeah, that's just it, Boog. He does something every week that leaves everyone shaking their heads in amazement.
All right.
So a man aboard now with one away.
Batting third, the third baseman,
Eugenio Suarez up to the plate now. Here comes the pitch. There goes the runner from first. Oh, he can't squeeze it. Flips it, and they get him. The misplay made it a bit messy, but they cleaned things up for the out. Noel V. Marte, the next to hit for the Reds. Man on second, 2 down. Runner breaks for third. High fly ball out towards left field. Carrying well. And gone! A 2-run blast. And the Reds jump out in front. It's 2-0.
You can't ask for a better start than hitting a home run in your first at bat to give your team the lead. Boog, I wasn't sure he hit that one as hard as he needed to get it out of here, but it had just enough behind it for the homer. What an attempt at the wall, though. He really gave a terrific effort to try and bring that one back.
One down. Ellie De La Cruz digs in now. 1 for 1 with a single and a run scored so far.
I just love watching Alcantara get ready for games, Boog. He turns into a different person, just usually cracking jokes and having a good time. But start days are a different story. That's when things get serious for this guy.
Up the middle, and he knocks it down. The throw is still in time. And even with his speed, they get the out. First and second, 2 outs. Griffin Conine, the next up for the Marlins. Up the middle. Over to Lowe. And that will end the inning. Next for Cincinnati, Ellie De La Cruz. Singled and scored back in the first. He's 1 for 2. Well struck right field. That's back there. And it's out of here. Into the home bullpen for a homer. A solo shot. And they boost their lead.
He hasn't been at his best at the plate these last few games, so this could end up being an important home run for him. Maybe it's a sign of more to come. With this pitcher's velocity, a changeup is really a break for a hitter. He got a BP fastball, didn't move a whole lot, and he absolutely tattooed it.
In now for the Reds, Ellie De La Cruz. He's already homered in this game. Swing and a miss. There's the slider. 0-1.
Man, 91 on the slider right there. That's a hard one. That's a low-end fastball for some pitchers.
And a big swing and a miss.
I would say the game's close right now, but it's not out of reach either. And these guys really need to put up a 0 on the board just to maintain a little hope.
2 down, nobody on.
Go hard, go hard, go hard.
That's the 3rd out. So, runner at second, 2 down. Jacob Marcy, the next to hit. The fish down to their final strike. This one in the air, center field. Friedel settles under it. And that is the ball game.
Oh, this is just a really nice win today. You go up in the series 2-1. You want to win it. You want to win convincingly. So
From inside Lone Depot Park in Miami, Florida. Major League Baseball on tap. It's the Cincinnati Reds taking on the Miami Marlins. John Shabby and Chris Singleton with you. Well, Singy, we get to see one of the hottest hitters in the league today. Quite the streak he's riding.
Seriously, Boog, he's been on fire at the plate. A major boost for this team, and I enjoy seeing greatness on display, and this guy just gets it done.
First pitch coming at you right after the break. And on the hill, Jansen Junk. Chris, how about a scouting report? Next for Cincinnati, Elly De La Cruz. Homered last night, added another hit as well. And that one fouled off. De La Cruz playing up the middle at short, 24 years old, and he was born in the Dominican Republic. Here's your one. Swing and a high fly ball out there towards left field. Stowers takes it in for the out. One away. On to the third inning. In now for the Reds, Elly De La Cruz. And a big swing and a miss. In the air, left field. Stowers turns to the right on the move. One up, one down. First and second, 2 outs. Otto Lopez, the next up for the Marlins. Grounds one to short. De La Cruz. They get the force. They don't come much closer than that. Bang. Big at bat coming up with Elly De La Cruz stepping in. Awkward swing there from the big left-handed hitter.
Off balance as well.
Oh, and 2 now as he swings through it.
Man, he was really tardy on that fastball. Great job of setting him up by throwing the curveball. Add some velocity.
And he couldn't hold back. He's run up on strikes. So, runner at second, 2 down. Kyle Stowers, the next up for the Marlins. Man at second. Swing and a ground ball. Lays out, but he can't squeeze it. Safe at first as they can't make the play. Back here at Lone Depot Park. In now for the Reds, Elly De La Cruz. A bit behind with that swing. It's strike one. Nardi goes 6 feet 3 inches. He features a 4-seam fastball, a slider, and he works in a changeup. That one fouled off. Cut on and miss, struck him out, and that's the first out.
That was a pretty good pitch. Top of the strike zone. We're seeing more fastballs in that location. Hitters, especially with 2 strikes, have to be ready to pull the trigger.
Welcome back as we take a look at their upcoming schedule. Swing and a ground ball out to short. Slings to first. Nice play off the bounce for the out. So a man at first. Elly De La Cruz now at the plate. 0 for 4 with a pair of strikeouts and a pair of flyouts.
Nasty backdoor slider. There's really nothing you can do with that if you swing at it. So it's a good take by him.
And a 1-0. That clips the corner. And here's a challenge. That looked like it missed to me. Good eye at the plate. They'll overturn the call. They'll keep both their challenges. The tying run at the plate. And a swing and a miss there.
Well, so many hard-throwing relievers in the game these days. You would think that hitters have made the adjustment, but I don't know if you ever get used to it. Just pumping gas out of the bullpen. So hard to play catch-up.
Got him swinging for the strikeout. No advance. Good job behind the dish. So 2 down. Now at the plate, Noel V. Marte. This could end it. Worm burner into the outfield for a knock. Throw in holds the lead runner at second. 2 on now with 2 away. Here's the left fielder, Spencer Steer. Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Stowers should have this one. And he's got it. Ball game. And the Marlins take the finale and earn a split of this 4-game series.
This team won't settle for anything less than 500. They needed to win today to split the series. They came out and did just that. And you salvage it.
From Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati, Ohio, interleague baseball on MLB The Show. It's the Los Angeles Angels going up against the Cincinnati Reds. John Shambi, Chris Singleton with you. Well, Singy, he's been really up against it lately. Major struggles at the plate, but perhaps today he gets it going again.
Yeah, Boog, he needs to find his rhythm out there and just simplify his mindset in the box. I know it's easier said than done, but you just got to see the ball, hit the ball.
First pitch coming your way next. Towing the slab in today's game, Nick Lodolo. What's the scouting report on him?
He's a dominant pitcher, but he can get a little too relaxed second and third time through the order and miss his spots. That's where we see him get touched up. If he maintains the same intensity that he has in the first inning and the second inning, I think we'll see him hand the ball over to his closer.
Ellie De La Cruz now in the box, comes up empty with a swing there. Check swing, and he went 0-2. Detmers, a 6'2 southpaw, 210 pounds, a former first-round pick in 2020. Up and in, and the count is 1-2. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Well, that's such a critical pitch in terms of execution right there. The pitcher has to finish it. Otherwise, probably gets hit pretty hard. If you leave that out over the plate or you don't get it down enough, quickly turns into something that gets smoked. But if you can place it where he did, it's a really deceptive pitch.
De La Cruz, the batter now as he swings and misses for strike one. Pop foul out of play off to the right. The 0-2. Bounced up the middle. Not in time.
Safe.
He's safe.
Boom, that's staying within his game right there. I mean, this speedster gets the infield single, and now he's on base to possibly do some damage. I love seeing what guys like this can do to disrupt the game.
Ellie on his way to second. Moore fires over to first. No chance at the double play with the runner in motion. Dane Myers, the next to hit for the
The left
Reds.
fielder, Dane Myers.
Man on second, 2 down. Runner
Come on,
takes
come on,
off for
come on,
third.
come on, come on, come on, come on.
Swing and a ball popped in the air. Base hit. They extend their lead as the runner scores from second. It's an RBI single, and the lead is up to 5. Jorge Soler up at the plate. Swing and a ground ball out to short. The turn by McLean at second. A sensational double play.
Up next for the Angels.
So 2 down. Now the Reds cleanup hitter, Ellie De La Cruz. 1 for 2.
De La Cruz.
Ball.
Ground ball left side, and it finds its way through for a hit. And that extends the inning.
Got a way to hit the ball right there. Good job.
Not much to this one other than just a willingness to go the other way and put the ball in play. That's a team at bat right there. Nice job.
Ellie looking to steal. Swing and a ball popped in the air. That's a base hit. They take the force out. They don't come much closer than that. Bang. Welcome back as we take a look at their upcoming schedule.
The shortstop, Ellie De La Cruz.
I'm really impressed with this offense. They haven't been timid at the plate at all. They've been aggressive, and they're keeping the defense on its toes. So far, they've got 7 hits within the first 3 pitches of an at-bat, so there's been no time to get comfortable on the mound.
Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss, struck him out.
Gosh, here it is, hit it. 3-pitch strikeout, all fastballs.
So a man at first. Here's Trout. Base hit. Throw in holds the lead runner at second. 2 on now with 2 away. Zach Neto getting ready to hit. The Halos down to their final strike. Swing and he popped it up. McLean settles underneath it. And he makes the catch. Ball game, and the Reds take the series opener here at home.
Well, they win the opener at home. First game of the 3-game series, and there's just such a good feeling when you're in your own ballpark. You're sleeping in your own bed. You're eating your clubhouse manager's food. Everything's right in your world, and they played like it today.
Glad you're here at Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati, home of the Reds since 2003. MLB The Show has interleague action for you this afternoon. It's the Los Angeles Angels going up against the Cincinnati Reds. Along with Chris Singleton, I'm John Sciambi. Biggest storyline coming into this one, he's riding quite the hitting streak, Singy.
Been seeing the ball so well, Boog. One of the toughest outs in the league right now. It'll be interesting to see how they pitch to him today.
All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. And on the hill, the lefty, Brandon Williamson. What do we have on him?
Well, last time out, he's only able to complete 4 innings, but really battled. Didn't have his best stuff. I look for him to be better in this one.
One down. Next to hit, Ellie De La Cruz. And it's fouled away. Johnson, 23 years old, and he was a second-round pick in 2024. Strike 2. Just misses the mark outside the zone.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Got him swinging.
Good late cut for the strikeout there. That thing really got in on him. And, you know, the cutter isn't really a huge swing and miss pitch most of the time because it's not really meant to move a whole lot. You're just trying to miss the big part of the barrel and maybe get some weak contact. But
zips it to first, and that is the inning. So 2 outs with runners on the corners. Ellie De La Cruz, the next to hit for the Reds. 0 for 1. He struck out swinging last time. Pulls that one foul. Two on, 2 outs. Swing and a miss. And it's 0-2.
well, pretty clear to me. He's trying to go deep right there, but you got to get a pitch that you can handle.
The 1-2.
Ball, that's up.
This one in the air, center field. Trout on the move, and the inning is over. So it's 2 runs. 1 down. Jorge Soler, the next to hit for the Angels.
Soler.
Swing at a ground ball. To first, but it pulls him off the bag. Next for Cincinnati, Ellie De La Cruz, the switch hitter batting right.
De La Cruz.
And there's a foul ball. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Swings and misses, and there are 2 down.
Well, that's a blue zone right there, or the cold zone on the hitting chart. Just doesn't have much success in that part of the strike zone, and a really good job of the pitcher executing. Try to go there as often as you can. The numbers are in your favor.
Off balance feed, there's one, and that's a double play. Wow.
They made that double play look so easy, but it was far from routine. That's the one thing about big leaguers. They make tough plays look simple.
De La Cruz now at the plate as he swings through strike 1.
Sometimes being lucky is a swing and miss. If he makes contact with that pitch, probably hits into a double play.
Check swing, but he went too far. That's strike 2. High fly ball lifted in the air right field. And there's 2 down.
A little drop and drive on that swing. Backside collapsing just a little bit, trying to put the ball in the air.
Back here at Great American Ballpark, we go to the 8th. Josh Lowe getting ready to hit. Line drive. Should be extra bases. Makes the turn and heads for second. In safely with a leadoff double. Go-ahead runs in scoring position.
Always feels amazing getting a job done when the team needs you to come through. It's just bigger than your own individual stats. A lot riding on this next at-bat now as they look to take the lead at a critical point in this one.
De La Cruz now in the box. Comes up empty with a swing there. Check swing, and he went. And the count is 0-2.
So now it's all about protect mode. Try to shorten up, try to track the ball, block it if you have to, as far as just a late swing that maybe you're not sure about.
Swings and misses, struck him out.
Simply said, this guy's flailing at the plate right now. Just disconnected from head to toes in terms of the sink of his body. That's his 5th strikeout of the series, and we're just 2 games in. So hoping to see some kind of adjustment out of him. His at-bats are just a little tough to watch right now.
De La Cruz stands in here. Tried to hold back his swing there, but went around. Ripped to first, caught. Jorge Soler up at the plate. Grounds one to short. De La Cruz. Long throw to first, and that's terrific work. We're in extras here. In now for the Reds, Eugenio Suarez. This guy's got good power with one swing. He can win it.
Come on, get out,
and
get
this
out,
one
get
slips
out.
away from the catcher. De La Cruz up to third on the wild pitch.
I'd say an aggressive roll of the dice there to steal third in this spot, but they felt good about it, and it worked out. Now the game plan
On the ground to the left. Tag out, and they cut down the winning run at the plate. Last half of the 13th set to go. In now for the Reds, Ellie De La Cruz. And the sweeper misses.
Well, this situation with the runner on second, you've got to get him up to third. Think back up the middle or to right field.
And now 2-0.
You got it. Make
That one
turn,
is
make
absolutely
turn.
belted. Should be extra bases. Runner around third. He will score, and the Reds tie it up.
Well, that's how you respond. Leadoff man comes up, gets in the scoring position. Now, there are several ways that they can get this run across.
He's trying for third.
Slide, slide,
In there
slide,
for
slide.
strike 3. And that's a stolen base, not even close. And the winning run is now only 90 feet away. Noel V. Marte will hit next. And now 2-2. Swing and a pop-up. Makes the grab. Throw behind the runner, and they've got him doubled off. On to extra innings. So in now for the Angels, Adam Frazier. Man at second. Oh, that hit him. Gets it there in time, though, and that's out number 1 on a tough play. Now here's the Reds leadoff man, Dane Myers.
The center fielder, Dane Myers.
The Reds down to their final strike. Up the middle, dives, and he can't hang on. He doesn't have a throw, and that leaves him with runners at first and third after a tricky play. 2 gone with runners at the corners. Ellie De La Cruz digs in now. Bounced up the middle. On to Frazier, and that wraps it up for this afternoon.
15 innings, a bit of a marathon. You get to a point where you kind of become delirious as a player, and you're just sleepwalking out there and letting your talent play. Well, their talent played really well. They came away with the W. This is the kind of win that you're never going to forget, and you can draw upon later in the season when you have a tough game you're in as well.
A 13-7 final score in this one. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi saying so long. Glad you're here at Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati, home of the Reds since 2003. Interleague baseball on MLB The Show. It's the Los Angeles Angels going up against the Cincinnati Reds. John Shambi and Chris Singleton with you. We get a chance to watch one of the hottest bats in the game. He's been huge for his team, Singy.
Yeah, just impressive contact and seems to find every gap available, Boog. I can't wait to see him in action in this one. Practically unstoppable as of late.
First pitch coming your way next. And today's starter, Andrew Abbott. Chris, a sub-3 ERA for him a year ago.
Well, when your numbers are coming in under 3 as a starting pitcher that's going out there every 4th or 5th day, taking the ball, competing against really good big league hitters, it's extremely impressive. And you wonder what he figured out last year, that he can
hit on the ground to short. De La Cruz to first, but it pulls him off the bag.
That is big. The third.
One out, runner at second. Ellie De La Cruz, the next to hit for the Reds.
Well, the best way to shake off yesterday's struggles is to get on the board early. They've got a guy in scoring position. They've got to find a way here to get him in. Hitter's got some good opposite field power. What I like about something being hit to the right side into the outfield is that the base runner at second has a very good read and can determine whether or not he can score on that base hit.
Man at second. Oh, great stop. And very nicely done for the out. Welcome back. Let's take a look at how the series has played out so far. Out to short, Neto. Throws to first. One pitch and one out.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
On the ground to short. Slings to first in time. Ellie De La Cruz, the next to hit for the Reds. Sliced hard but foul.
Oh, I think the key, if he can get through one more inning, anything after that, a hitter or two is bonus, but they should be lined up good enough to get to the finish line.
And it's through for a hit. So they get a man aboard with a one-out single.
Attaboy, way to swing the bat.
And next will be the cleanup hitter, Spencer Steer. In the dirt, he's going for second. De La Cruz into scoring position on the wild pitch, and there goes the double play possibility. Man at second. Well struck left field. That one carrying. Out of here. A two-run homer, and they cut into the deficit.
He's bringing the thunder in a rainstorm. How in the world did he manage to hit that pitch out? High fastballs, especially with good velocity, can be really hard to catch up to. But he stays tall, his top hand works extremely well, and he absolutely clobbered it.
One down. Ellie De La Cruz, the next to hit for the Reds. 1 for 3. And he chases that one below the zone. Oh, one down. And a swing and a miss. Yates, multi-time All-Star, 38 years old. He joined the team as a free agent. All tied up here at the bottom of the 7th. Fights that one away, still 1-2. Hard hit, left field.
Find the ball, find the ball, find the ball.
Now back in safely
Man,
at
you
first.
smoked that thing. That a
Well,
boy.
a swing like that can help you come out of the struggle. We saw the numbers coming into the ball game, but all he's trying to do at this point is help his team win.
3-0. Runner takes off.
Take it
Up
back.
and in, ball 4. And with 2 outs, the go-ahead run is at second base. Now here is Noelvi Marte. Here's the 0-2. Double steal.
Come on, go hard. You're
Swing and
scoring,
a
you're
ball
scoring,
lifted
you're
in the
scoring.
air, shallow left field. That's a base hit. Safe. And they take the lead.
Such great concentration. Everybody on their feet, knowing that you can come through with a good swing. And there he doesn't try to do too much.
Josh Lowe
next to the
getting ready to hit.
The left fielder, number 3, Josh Lowe.
Ferguson looking for his first save of the year. And he makes the catch. Ball game, and the Reds salvage the finale of this 3-game series.
Big game for each team, but even more critical for the home team. This swing game, they win the rubber match of the series, take 2 out of 3, feel really good about winning this one. They look ready for the next series.